I'll start a video with that, the ironic segue. I was just commenting that I work out lifestyle so I can hold my frame. Performance and fitness to hold my frame where I stand my ground. So having said that, I thought, hey, it's time to do a video. I've been working out lightly, and I stress that as I express it. I've chosen to work out lightly, not to overdo it, going for the gold in one day, and then I'm incapacitated because I'm so sore I can't get out of bed until I recover. Why? Because I got things to do besides work out, going for the gold, waiting in my bed until I recover. Things to do. Clean my house today. Work on these notes. You know, so I've expressly chose to go light on the weights. Even so, I'm feeling my abs today. I did light abs, just the same. I'm feeling them. Having worked out before and having not worked out before, I already know I'm going to be sore for going back to working out. But I'm expressly doing it lightly because I'm trying to be like this. Hey, remember this? Remember this back there? Remember how this connects to those tendons you haven't really been stretching or using to be flexible with in your capacity to dow with your head. Ea.ven. So I don't work out for show. I work out for my own maintenance. What I notice as I get older is the things that I work out continue to work. So I'm good in that realm. For instance, when I was a younger person, I would do that walk over back bend, right? And then go in. So it's like you go into a handstand, you flip over into a back bend, and then you come up from it. Well, the thought occurred to me a few years back, hey, I remember doing that. Let's try it again. And I did it at the gym, and I got stuck in the back bend, and I couldn't gracefully get out of it. Honestly, I was stuck, and I couldn't get out of it. I'm like, ah, shit. You know, you remembered you can do it, but you haven't been doing it, okay? Big feedback to you, Angela, as you're stuck ungracefully in this arch, this simulated arch that you can't roll through. So I'm picking to value some performance, putting my muscles and tendons together with my framework and my ability to stand where I am. And, you know, I don't, considering my income, I do my own cleaning. So I need to be able to do that on ND, command, anytime I want to. For the means that are lending debt to be presently, and a gap and a gasp, asp, present client, I would be to myself, to carry my own head as my own wealth. I want a clean place? Awesome. I'm fit to the measure. I see it, I can clean it. Asked my pleasure. I've got a lot of notes today, so I'll see what I can catch up on. Last night was a lot. It was a lot. And I've got two little piles over there that I thought I was going to get caught up on, but not if I'm going to do this fresh. So I'll do my best. I'm still going to the gym today, though. I'm a little soft. It's not bad. It's just not what I'm used to. Which makes me think, you know, maybe this is a good time to talk about it. Larger women modeling, I have to say, you know my bias as an athlete. I look at that and I'm like, you know my natural bias. I'm an athlete, therefore I naturally think everyone can be lean on their frame. And I'm not saying that's actually fair to the face. I am admitting twofold. To see the larger women out there on a beach, like a beached well, like a porpoise, I have to say that's shocking to my senses. At the same time, I applaud you. Being content in your own form and forum. So to wipe away the sooty model of definition, thief end, I really do think you have to bring your own value to 11 even. And so I feel it's your thing, you know? There's something else too about when we talk about, there's a couple things going on. If you didn't bring two in value, because you're speaking one-on-one on the ag that dowels with wart, thief end, dead again, okay? So if you didn't bring two, then there is this sort of, there is this rightful square to stare, and when someone's vouching for someone else, it's like, how? Well, I know this person. Well, what do you mean? You didn't bring them through the Tao, honestly, to be able to speak proud in time for completion even. So it was my query then, if you're vouching for someone that I know damn well you didn't bring through the Tao even for thinking, even vent, thinking and inking with your tin, okay, who you're talking to? Who you're talking to is the penis of the ag, okay? Thief end. Dow with wart again. Thief end. There's no error in the law -t. There's no error in your low -t, LO -t. And there certainly is no honest D as in the date for completion even, EWE, do with you, ID, EID, WEID, the feast, the oath, the, you know. But it got me thinking then, again, twofold. You can see that Freymand, doffed to toft, they know up until this time that I'm presenting as the appreciant, asprecient present client, heave-end, even head, and dime MEID, my avoid, det again, where the ag is Jesus. G apostrophe S-U-S. Doing the sussing. Your frame and doffed 2x2 dudes, hyphenated, could always speak for the I eat, hyphen T. You eat yet to compete for no reason, thief end. So basically you're instituting a container that's red, R-E-D, hyphenated, doffed, stupid, to consire and conspire, okay? Red, redo, doffed, okay? And as long as you're speaking to another dude to toy you with woo, hyphen D, wooed the date for competition thief end to speak again to get another taste, thief end, okay? When you vouch for someone you haven't given to, it makes me think, hey, that dude, he might just be using you, Y-E-W-E, to create the image of value, okay? Same thing though, interestingly, now that you've got an ag, Jesus, in time, as the present prescient client, even in ink, THC, the night, the honor cause, inclined, okay? It seems to me that, and I'm not going to say it's bad form, it's simply undoing the manipulation of the frame and doffed thief end to toot toft, okay? Where the rich are thought to have desirable expression, but you're standing on doffed, stupid, to dow with war, to save your savior, that you're not qualified for, okay? For the ordinance, for the head, okay? Fort the head, F-O-R-T-H, in parentheses, D. It seems to me that women can call out any man now from any time. I don't think it's bad form. What's going on here is you're getting done to you what you pass a doffed for women to be all around them, okay? Meaning, you can go look at any one of my websites. There was a sniper, okay, and I think they later turned his work, hyphen T, into a movie, okay? Well, I commented online in the chat forum, in the news, so you see and then you have the news article, then people comment, and my comment was on his picture, he looks wooden. And, some vet totally was trying to hype my ass with ask, hyphen T, with dim him, okay? Meaning, he was very, very keen to jump on me that he, as with any other toy vet, laid down their slice of life for me. And I'm like, you know what, that's not actually cool, and it's not capacity, you fucking fool. L hyphen E hyphen D hyphen, okay? You're not the Lord. You're not the low road, okay? We'll get that damn straight. no matter what it takes. Speaking of what it takes, if I have to explain this to you, I'm taking your tooth and your reason too, toy wood, okay? Because now you get to be seen for what you doed, all right? That's what it comes down to. You get to lose if you do not know better. You're going to ask that your value to dow with thwart thiefend, so to preserve your air right here with t-he-re-d is not the square of sussing or seeking. You seek right here where it's valued, debt, asks for a reason. He-vend, the head and the hand. So I don't think it's, look, it's undoing the process. When I think of, I liked what Seal had to say. And then shortly after that, an ex-neighbor complained of some sort of sexual harassment. I think she came over for a salad spinner, and what I read or recall is that basically Seal lavished himself on her. Coincidentally or not, the picture they put of her in the media was you couldn't be dressing more as a tart, okay? What I gather from that, we're talking about a certain time, okay? As much as men are made up to be fiction, nail, women are trying to compete for your attention for no reason, thiefend, so they can be sustainable among you that Jude and glued and wed dudes to dudes, okay? We've got an option here, okay? Because what we can see as a possibility is, as much as, say, Russell Simmons, I really don't know how to say his name, and is it Kimora Lee? I don't really know. You're in the news, okay? She's vouching for him that he didn't rape, but, or even Jeremy Piven, I was just reading, because he is denying said allegations, more women have come forward. And more women have come forward with people they told it to at the time. Okay, so it's interesting because then I read the little side comments and like there's these two dudes talking like, you know, how come you get to judge without a trial? And I'm like, you know what? Because your trial is biased. BI-ASS-K-T. Okay. You assume you're the frame and not thiefend. Okay, but you're dowing with war to preserve your air. I'm saying that is falsely alarming, not a tear or a bar bear, a rep or reap, a present client would be fostered here on your S-N-A-R-E-D. On your snare and nair, okay? Don't speak unless you are the heir, H-E-I-R, because that's fair. It is fair now. Because it's my contention that you speaking for no reason thiefend has misled, and as you misled, you have hyphen parentheses L hyphen E hyphen AD. You're seeding the time in the direction, okay? You shouldn't be doing the speaking. Unless you are fort and forked for a real re-ass on. With the reason, 3 on, REASSKTONE. Even vent, to tell, and TB, trial balance. Tell the lie, tell the I, lay it at you eat yet. Time for completion. Tell the belly as well, okay, rather than missent and misspent. Tit, in, thine, hind, det, a dare, and a tear, residence, snare. Snare red, okay? There's no war here to contend with if you brought your honor to premise, okay? What you brought is a desire to get laid for no reason thiefin, to have your assay and a stayed, an ID, but it's not a valid ID. It's an ID that's thiefend. You've spoken for a value. Then I suggest, as your guest, bring it again. If you've already you've already endowed the value, bring it again. I'm not asking for too much. A system of T, D, douche, and touch. Touch the head. Toft. So when you're speaking to get another taste, you're speaking to Toft. I'm your value now to get tit Toft. Because it's my eye on the prow. PROWET. So I don't know if I explained that enough. What, I spoke of it before, what I noticed, when women get an inkling of follow through and they're being screwed to dudes, is what I noticed men kind of like getting on the rug of a woman, okay? So in a way, you could have been bad up to this point. You could have been malfeasant, but now you're manicuring a look. Well, I'm taking it a step further and really in all fairness, to Book and Brooke, the rook, with the root, BROOKT, a couple of things I think we will get to that you haven't saw or taught a whole lot. If you haven't given the first estate, you can't give the second, okay? So when we're done leveling, okay, because women are upset that you're creating shortcuts on them, that you cast some as a value in your Hollywood image making industry and some you use for toy wood. Toy woo -d, but it's all toy woo -d, okay? So they're not happy you're speaking tone on them without any real representation, even intentioned, okay? So when that leveling is all done and everyone has it off their chest, I think the prudent thing to ask is, now what do you want to part with and ID with? THAD. or the head and the hand, you can add. Honestly, okay? From your own position. Ea.ven, okay? And you understand what it means. If we I think I can tell you in my own experience, because I have created this language and it's my mark and I've designed it to tow ahead with me, okay? It's no different than what your parallax thiefin is doing all around me, okay? You cast doff all around me, okay? And he laid down his life for me without ever thinking THINKTINEG, okay? Bring your own thought with your own fucking name and cast your money to stand in it just the same. Right here at the time, okay? You want a square to vet in? Do it at the time it's cast in the hind, okay? And in thine, okay? And then we'll go head to head and we'll see who's been thinking all the time desirably, okay? To lend a goddamn dime. That we see none among you frame and doffed can afford. Can't supply and can't afford. So you shouldn't be speaking for. For FORKT, FORTHD. And if you can't speak for that, I don't see how you're going to get ADOR with ADAMOREAD. I don't see how that happens. So now I have to ask you, what are you living for? Okay, is it really just deception? Because you can desire that? Your Tao with war, -t, is giving doffed, the ultimate core. It's hyphenated, okay? And with that, he's given every woman, WHOMEND, doff's potential, P-O-T-EN-T- parentheses I-ALL-H-D- dead again, hyphenated, because the ag under God is malfeasantly supporting doffed to speak on COM-MAN-D doffed hand. Again, okay? You think you're making love, passing doffed for anyone else? Well, you're just setting me up to be an ag for ea.r, okay? And you think it's bad enough to have an ag, a hag, nag in your house, in your bed? Well, now you get to have one in your business, -t, because I can call it. On COMMA, comma, ND, no date. I know what the value of 0 is, okay? And where your vet, frame and doffed, typically thinks he's brave and women are to be pitied. It's actually the reverse. Doffed, stupid, to get toffed, thiefend, can't carry his own time and really can't deserve the date. Can't deserve. So your vet that did no vetting And the people that set up your vet did no real thinking to deserve the diet of I eat at, okay? Didn't do vetting, honest vetting either, okay? To set up doff so that they can get topped by standing on doffs. Test date, they currently pay, spay, pay, play, hyphenated, to be in place to essay, to test the meta of every doff created by doff, that war is necessary. Wart on tone is necessary, okay? So you see how women are cast. Doff is given the potential of, I don't know, because I conveniently don't want to. Ha. And the ag, for no reason thiefing, helps doft have the last assay. Hyphen I hyphen D. Dead again. Okay? It's not okay. It's not okay if you are going to presume you are of value to bring value to and through. So for me, the equalizing this to get to ground zero, 0 arrows for no reason thiefend, okay? Because you're not loving and you haven't loved and follow through even. I think what's going to happen is we're going to understand men are like, you didn't teach me. Women didn't know they had to seek, okay? And because they heard you speak. To make it the most litmus as I can, it is important for you to decide to put your me one eye somewhere, okay? That you can put your name on what it stands for and you're responsible for your word, okay? When I think about this, when I think about my apparent contradictions and shortcomings, I don't recycle, okay? I sussed it out. It's not working. It needs to be, what's in place now looks like it works, but it really doesn't have follow through, but because it's there, I can't get at origin for recycling value. Silly thing, you know, the biodegradable bags for my dog. Well, why don't I get biodegradable bags for me throwing out my trash? And I talk to the supplier, you need a fire recycler. And I'm like, we don't have that. So dog poop goes to the same place. So why buy anything biodegradable? Because I want to be my own fucking chump and spend more on it. So it led me to not buying biodegradable and not even buying the earth-rated recyclable. I just bought plastic, okay? Does it make me feel better? No. Does it make, I went over to Dunkin' Donuts. Can you put that in a paper cup? They have plastic or they have foam. And I'm like, you know, that doesn't break down in the environment. The guy was like, you know, stop for a moment. They're just like, you want your coffee? And I'm kind of like, great. Thanks, G-R-E-A-T-E, okay? Great and greater, red or rend, det the same jest and guest state as that sate, thiefend, okay? I don't know. Who am I supposed to talk to? Okay, wouldn't it be an exceptional value if you put your name on the line and you know the value of the person you're talking to, and to give your name is to give your word, okay? To give your working word, to be DOBEATHAD serve ID, okay? You don't have that in the marketplace, thief end. That's why there's a lot of bitching and complaining going nowhere, and the only people profiting from it are moving the same hyphenated shit and sit around. A re-round and a re-ground. Okay, hyphenated, zero. Zero hyphen. Where it's always posing a question, and that question used to be on every woman, okay? What I mean, and I'm very significantly aware of, I've had my brain for a fucking long time and been thinking, okay, of two. One-on-one, even. Can't get one-on-one to go anywhere, okay? Even among you that speak of value too. And what it was this presumption that, speaking of my time to be aware for completion to square, I was squaring with doff and the marketplace that determined the pace of Dow with war as the prime mover, okay? And of course, you can see my questioning and what I've come up with. You're malfeasantly given my potential to fucking fail every ego goddamn time. Okay? That much I can count and cunt on. Okay? PC punt and cunt on the count. Okay? You don't actually care about the tin and tine thine hind. Okay? To be aware. So you doff stupid is given my potential as a woman to constantly fail because doff prefers his premise -t. Okay? To what? To get laid as well. Weld. Okay? So you're pity is stupid for giving in to doff for no reason, thiefing, and your love is misplaced all over doff testate. Okay? To malfeasantly stable grace, the leg of grace. It's malfeasant. Okay? You're not giving just dues for the people that are standing present. TODEWE ID. One of the things that I think is very interesting happening is frame and doff stupid to get toff, to put toff, thief end. You've been in the same cycle of having more me one eye based on dowling with wart to provide the consort to TB, tort, and bort. Okay, thief end to get more of a dim dime. Okay, and in your dim dime, each an ag gain a nad. Okay. That doesn't know better, okay, to the letter, okay, because your law-t is not providing an honest tone and hone on the head done, okay, to the letter, READ. Your law-t has never, RE, has never been, table, TABLEAD, and with that L, H, EAD, O, B, LETTEREAD, has never, okay. So you need to choose which law you want. And you have to choose which one brought the love by taught, sought and taught, okay? What you have with the law -t is you have uh, people that are rich for no reason thiefing leading doffed and putting doffed stupid in the position to lead. Down with war. Wart again as necessary, as one cast on one tone and trial balance boned. Necessary. Necessary to stare. Red, R-E-D, well, re-add det -t -H-E-I-R -D. Down with wart again. And you provide the funds for Doff to believe he believes in the ea.r to redo Dow with wart again, on a tear fair, a territorial force, and a THF half fair, fair red, because you're not capable of producing the ea.r, right? H-E-R-E, and you certainly don't want me in your bed, okay? So you're not here to love. Okay, quite malfeasantly. In your trust, hyphenated, you lust, okay? If there was love, you would lose your business, -t, okay? You're going to lose your premise, -t. You're going to lose your consort and contort and TB bort and tort for no reason thieving except to make a theater of the AB -SIR -E-D. Absurd. You sired red. That's what you desired. That you're theater of the absurd. Sired red to get it back in black again. Okay? You men are going to lose your beauty because you have no fucking malfeasant money for a woman to look on you and think, ah, if I give in, I can live as the reflection I wanted to give. Wanted to give. Want to ante the head to give. Det ta give. Give I to give the vet, to give GIVEIT. Because you see a lot, I've seen a lot of women, young women with older men, and you're like, James Wood didn't bring the time, okay? He's with a fucking 20-year-old, and I'm like, she has no personality. What do you value in her? You give her some drugs, and then call it love? And it's sustainable on your footing from asking it be the bed of? Hierarchical prostitution. Come hither to my bed. Okay. Yeah, without your money, and when a woman has to see she has to do your work for you every cotton picking step of the way, you better be worth the head, worth the work of wearing the head. WORKTHAD The hade, HADE, that's the vertical vein, VE, I-N, it's not V-A-I-N, okay? Dead to gain. So you have someone to always speak to. I don't know. There's no Jesus Christ here. Is there Jesus Christ among you? No, I wish there were. Ha ha. Let's just go make some love. I'm going to get some young pussy, and I want to spread those legs and make them do whatever I want to. To keep reproducing my value. Doff didn't think it through. Doff doesn't want to. And you use doff to put toft. So he can stand on doft. To carry through, to ask not. That's a hyphenated not. Are you the knight? Are you the female saint? You're only speaking to endow now enough -t with enough dough -t that we ought, okay? You're not the tooth to toss to also the bone sought st the street, okay? And ste the saint, okay? The female saint. If you don't understand the dynamic of the law -t to begin, okay? And begin, be the grind, be the grin, and the rind, the exterior shell, okay? You're standing on doff, stupid. You're standing on doff's T-on-AIL-H-D hyphen to get it back in black as weld your own head, okay? The only value that you can toss to keep that malfeasant continuity going, fort and forked, no reason, thief end, so it doesn't look like treason, is to toss the premise, okay? And it is my belief your law -t makes the premise go missing on perp -o-s -e -i -d SEID is R. EI is an egg. An example you gave. Dow with he ate. He ate at the time in thine tin time in thine hind. Debt the second estate and gestate, satsate, say enough to continue to relate on faith. There's a little bit of irony too. When you dow with war hyphen, you send doff to go dow with war, and there's really no faith for stupid doff to come back to safe harbor. And there's really no faith in choosing to send stupid to war, because your faith is in stupid. The stupid will be back in black in your safe harbor. I didn't want this for you, but what was I supposed to do? Well, I'll tell you one thing you didn't do. You didn't think it through, even two. Okay? with your own honest means. You're standing on stupid to get your form and forum of expression defend det again. Fork and forked, no reason or no obvious treason. -D. You're date raping. You're making the date for competition for no reason defend. One possible viable reason why men don't know their boundaries is because they know they are the ends and they can write on you det again, okay? From the male lineage of God and Christ, vert I call, okay? The spiritual plane, across the plane in the flat, okay? They see themselves, I paid. And it's a stupid mistake, okay? That you keep giving with d-o-w with -he-ye-a-t to get your second estate, gestate, gestate, to sat sate, as your own state. I think the only equalizer for understanding boundaries is bringing your own asked. A-S-S-K-T. B-E-L-O-V-E-R-D-E-Y-E-A-T. Okay? And to do that in a public form and forum. Det again, where again the system goes back to when you spoke of the land, you spoke of the people on the land, okay? You are a judge for yourself. And if you can be a judge for yourself to responsibly sell and tell, S-T-E-L-L-H-D, you can do that for someone else as well, their head, okay? And transparent to the nail. That should be in the T-H-E-M-P-O-L-E. D-G-E-N-D. So the temple is and polling, where you poll, and O-L-E is folk, and the pole again, vert I call, a reference to me for the planar view of a plane. So you're looking from above, so it's spiritual, as opposed to a cross elevation across the plane, if I remember that right, from blueprints. They have different views. When you're doing a blueprint, say of a house, you can look across at it, but you can also look down at it, so you can see, okay, here's a room, there's a toilet, there's another room, there's a kitchen. But then you can look across it and see this is the front. It's got a door. It's got a window. It's got a garage. It's got a driveway. And then taking that to machine cutting are vectors, the x, y, and z axis, AXIS. You can start to configure a 3D shape and use points of reference to lift a plan off of paperwork with a 3D representation of knowing how to build it now in reality. You use vectors. Vectors, ironically, a vector is also a bug. I think it's an insect. It might be a virus. I'd have to refresh my memory by checking the definition. But vector art is also used for graphic artists. It allows you to take something small and create it any size, and it doesn't have any dithering. It doesn't become more opaque. It doesn't lose its strength of original design, whether it's small or big. And it's about this. You may think it's a tall task to ask. Tall ball to task and bask. But you have to understand that's what you're doing thief end when you haven't brought the value. Tool, TOOLHEAVEIND. So if you haven't brought it and you're making noise for no reason thief end, you're asking someone else with capacity to do your work while you're shirking and jerking and think you have the right to love. There are people going without, okay? While you beat doffed. Stupid to get a toss. -O-T on your lot. LO-T, LAW-T. So it is a lot to ask, but what you're doing is actually converse. Systematically screwing debt to make it ask for it to be screwed debt again to forecast, okay? To lend it, date of birth be blacked as asked, okay? In none of that is there any capacity, conceivable desire, okay? To lend from your bed that you led, okay? You know, for me, then we're looking at separating the tear weights, tear and bear, you know, the bar bear, you know, bring your own asked to be fair. And those that you prefer to be doffed so that you could have your premise -t to be forward, redoed, so that you can afford to get laid and ask nude. I'll hyphenate it. The times are changing. You get to do that naked, and you get to wear your own recumbent. Put some hyphens in that. Value. And I don't think anyone's going to want to screw you in private or in public, okay? Which is ironic. I don't think they're going to want to be seen with you for asking too. to get it nude. Nude, debt, ass screwed. IT. I'm the edit to belief. Okay. In fork no reason, forked no treason. As long as I make the premise go miss hyphen T hyphen IN hyphen E hyphen G hyphen. So isn't that really what's happening when you're being asked by the law hyphen T? You're asking to speak on thieves, all right? And then they accuse you that you gave them what they asked need, edit, IT, thine, in thine, hinge, thing, and thine hind, hind, okay? They're not the right people speaking. If you're dallying with war, hyphen T, you're not the heir right here. And you're going fishing malfeasantly to be T hyphen HE hyphen RE hyphen D. Red debt to asked to star and stare. And with that star stare is a TB trial balance that's also a bar bear. RED, red hyphens. And you're only asking to get it back in blacked, okay? In a knit, K hyphen NIT. Because you never were asking fair, actually. You stand on doff stupid to recast your belief that you are free to edit any yet thing, and position yourself as the love to be adored, amored, but there's not one heir among you, and there's particularly not one in the law hyphen T. Or you go fetch my money for throwing frisbee from Rich B and Cooley. And wasting my time from Officer Nye, Officer Brooker, whatever Bruce, I've got the video, okay, came to my door. Y'all had consensus when I said, you're jacking doff on me. Look, she said that. Y'all had consensus. Well, we didn't think you heard us when we told you can't throw frisbee there. And I said on my video, to be fair, I walked away. Now you're at my door, and I'm telling you again, you're jacking doff on me. And then you shake your heads, look at her. Well, now we're going to make something up on you. We're going to say, we all now didn't think you heard us when we no, I really did say you're jacking doff on me, and you can bring your whole police department. And I will show you that you're all jacking doff on me. And when you bring your whole police department, bring your whole patriarchy also. Okay? If you want to give it a go. Give me my fucking money back. Give me my fucking time. And start bringing value with your own hind. If you think you're fucking kind. Okay? That I get to do this work for you while you just mince around as prime movers thinking that you're necessary. To my point, tough, a tear and fair, you, ID, OTHERE. Now, if you know the real value before you get here, you wouldn't be asking, okay? Beautiful. What else? B. There's no king bee. You know that in nature there's no king bee. I'm going to try and work on some notes. I've kind of touched on some of them. I'll see if I can't elucidate them more in my particular writing to be able to look within and without and discern and have perception. Well, I have my note here. There is no king bee. Wet, W-H-E-T, wet tit, ask, askin, D, S. Askin, D, G. So asking and askin, kind. All right, so you wet it. There's no king bee. I figure if you are the honest het, you already know the value. You don't need to toff it, okay? To toss it, because I hit. As I also toss and also, you sought and hyphenated 0 of an unquestionable 0. An unquestionable 0, I question, because you're making my time constantly go missing among you, okay? So I am questioning your 0. It's not honest to be CHEARODHEAD. So I'm also questioning a dynamic that I think men have hedged behind. Okay, well, if I can't win this argument, I'll be silent. Okay, I'll be the silent framework of giving value. And I'm like, no, not good enough here. Good enough to endow dough height right here, THERE, before you get here. Okay, it's not. Why? Because you put me on those 10 tines all the time, Paul Drinan, okay? So it's no longer good enough. You taught me what you will do when I give you my time. So I'm saying it's not good enough, and that's the way it's going to stay until I see me one eye. All the way, alter, the alter, TBARE. ATHDOW with HEYEAT. So there's no king bee, wet it to ask kind, skin kind, and ask kin and asking, ask the king, okay? Wet it. You will for ea.r, forever, you will forever wet it, asking thiefend, okay? So that's what you have. That's what you have. That's what you have already, H-AVE. Why? You will forever wet it to asking debt thiefend, just because you, you weds and weeds, S-C-AM E-N-D S hyphen. The same amens came. and scammed, that they're the ends to debt again. I'm saying your judge is defunct on honest land, with the honest provision at hand, okay? And I'm tired of you misusing and misabusing faith, because you're demonstrating the only faith you have is in doff, stupid, to maintain and retain your lot. LO-T a lotto to get toffed. Thiefent. I'm trying to get around shimmying a good image. By dealing in now time. Okay, with yourself, with your asking your own tin and tine in thine hind, okay? When everyone gets their beef off their chest, perhaps we need to choose to start at ground zero, okay? Or not. Or not is going to put me in the position of being the ag over Jude and glued, hyphenated, for ea.r. Forever, okay? What's that going to afford you? Well, if I don't get love, you're not making it. All right? If you think you're making it with stupid. And if you're getting toff it, if you're getting rich from it, it's because you're abusing everyone around you. Just by seeing 2 by 2. Maybe the only origin we need to get to is seeing past illusion and kneel, N-I-L-L, kneel or nail illusion, okay? I think you would have to be brave to be a man to offer me your penis on the open, okay? Debt to land. Debt to a land. A land is, it isn't a sporting lancer, okay? I tend to think of it as having parrying with sophistication. And your L to land, elan, LH, the luteinizing hormone, and the left hand. Land, the hand, okay? I would think you would need to be brave, okay? Because I have plain paid for my pate and my plate and my pat, lat, late, all the way. all TB, alter tear and bear, all the way. Even with what I haven't expressed, the point that I'm here thinking like this, and I have enough to back that up among you, is self-evident. I have hauled my value all the way to date, okay, by thinking in place and not in place to make an image to relate. To Ford and Forge Jesus Christ estate, and the guest sat states, so I can welcome another rep and reap, pate and plate. part of this revealing process is I've really been cast in I've been cast in your time to relate from a no-win position. I'm not happy with you, your pew, either, pew-wed dudes. And so there's really no one for me to honestly relate to because you all think you brought the value. So I get cast for one, trying to speak one-on-one, but it doesn't go anywhere among you, Jude and Glued. Debt thiefin to tap an app ass proofed. Okay. You're one tight asked. It's all hyphenated. To taya, I eat at, but I dow with wood. I would have. No. It's on the other shoe. I am showing you what you wouldn't have. Okay? And you didn't think to. If you didn't think to, you didn't ink to. Not in knit either. K-N-I-T. But in knit. N-I-T. Okay? Why? To get another reprieve. You're not Eve. You think I'm impolite? Your premise hasn't thinked twice. Nor has brought the time in thine. Tin, thin, thine, hind. Okay? So, no, you can't speak on me that I am rude to toy ye with wood. My emotions are for a reason, even. Okay? They're real. I brought the time. What else? Maybe the best we can get at is seeing what is necessary and what is not. Part of what I'm trying to divide and conquer is, first of all, let's have the honest people that let's have them do the speaking one-on-one, okay? Ford, who would be brought? For F-O-R-D would also F-O-R-T-H, Ford the head, okay? If you want to speak of a value, you better bring the head that can bring the value even. The Vesica Piscis is a shape that looks like the shape of an eye. It's also, if you took two zeros, two circles, and overlap them a little bit, that space in there, it looks like an eye. It's known as the fish bladder, okay? To me, if we're working with two frameworks and fretworks, I'm representing carrying dews, D-E-W-E, as my zero, innocence in reflection. And if there's one among you, men, who want to, what's necessary would overlap, okay? So we would both see eye to eye with what is necessary and then have two containers as a rim of knowing boundaries to act, to be in or to be within or to be without, okay? With I, thou, T. I think of you doing time, as weld. So when we change the container of origin from competition thiefend to completion even, I'm saying you do know what your boundaries are. Right now you have the ag, ag-re-at hyphen e hyphen. That's your gate with your gat, your gun. That's what you're speaking on, and that's not really a conversation one-on-one, and it's certainly not a conversation to redo Dao with Wart, Fee-Fend, okay? So stop jacking off on every woman. to think that you're asked for my belief in. You're just using women to stage your abuse so that you can drop a trope and drop rope that's hyphenated dudes to support dudes who are not thinking of an honest consort. They love me one eye more than you. Y-E-W-E D-E-W-E. Pick the one you want. They love me one eye more than you. You one-on-one, one net, eat at two. Two with H-O. And that is Dob, date of birth, D-O-B, Davius, to show. I can show that now, okay? And you're not a hero, you're an H-E-R/R, error, as in mistake, hyphen O-D. Herd and Herod, doff fair, hyphen D. You're speaking to star stare, okay? And I'm saying if you're going to create a re-ason to stare, you better be the air right here, okay? To beef fair. Because you've already spoken of the value. So I suggest, as your guest, to bring it. To bring T-I-T. T-O-M-E. The tomb. T-O-M-B-E-A-D. Bring it to me. Because certainly what I'm putting on the line as my limb, going out on a limb, is a tomb, okay, to pass the time. The T-A, I'm, my own amend. Dead again, Jesus, L-E-N-D. And Jesus also sings for his supper, sings for the wet to hiss you, S-U-E-W-E-I-D, pursuant to the asking. Asking kind, ask the king be. You already know the value before you speak, so don't make something up for me to speak tone on so you can punt and cunt. So you can continue to be bed doffed, to put toft. Tall, ball, D, lot, and do ought, ballot. Make your Lord as stupid as you are. Feigning a value you can't bring, don't want to, and, you know, It's just like you're image driven for no reason, you know? It's very predictable. Okay. Bled doffed hand. Bled off stupid to retain your land and your hand and your elan. Hyphenated. Hyphenated dead, tool least as last asked. Sty I eat at, blacked to black.